Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about how to think and grow rich today. So, obviously, I'm playing off the words of Napoleon Hill and his book Think and Grow Rich, but because that book has been around for such a long time, there are new things that we can talk about and discuss that can help you kind of apply that knowledge, but also use it today in today's day and age as well. Because there are a few examples in that are a little dated, but I still think it's timeless wisdom. I still think you can get a lot out of that book today. I think it is something that we can keep on going back to and rereading and studying to help us, become more wealthier. And, it doesn't have to be just with wealth. Like Think and Grow Rich isn't just about accumulating money, it's about accumulating a richer lifestyle, living basically on our terms instead of the terms of somebody else, right? So the first thing that I want to get into is there's a really cool tweet storm by Naval, and I'll leave a link to it in the description. But basically, Naval talks about how to get rich without getting lucky, and the main point that he makes, especially at the beginning, is you want to create wealth. You want to seek wealth, not necessarily money or status. And basically, wealth, and the way that he describes it, is assets that make you money while you sleep, not money where you're kind of exchanging time for money. But having things like, I guess you could say, books, like if you can write a book, that's something that can accumulate and give you a wealth over time because it's something there. Once you've written it, obviously you need to put in the hours to write a book. But once you sell it and it's always there, it's always available for people to buy, especially if it becomes super successful as well. So there are many things that you can do that like an asset, again, like a more sort of like old fashioned asset would be something like real estate, like owning your own house or maybe having multiple homes, that's something else because it appreciates in value and essentially it's making you money while you sleep because it's always sort of going up. But there are other things as well. So, like YouTube videos, especially if you're giving advice or something that people can come back to over and over again. The same with articles as well and blogs. Like if you write a really useful article that's timeless, it's something that people can come back to again and again. And it's the same with videos. Obviously, videos that are very topic, related. So, for example, like the latest gossip, the latest drama, those videos don't, they get the views when it's, the topic is happening, when it's trending, but then it kind of falls off and then everyone's looking for the next piece of drama and gossip. So, making, content on that kind of stuff obviously is good, for those people, but it's not something that people are going to keep on coming back to necessarily. They might do if they really enjoy nostalgia and looking at old drama, but if you can make really helpful videos, podcasts, articles that people can keep on going back to, and if you monetize it by placing ads or whatever it may be, or you may even be advertising your own ebook in that video or podcast or article or something like that. Then if people can keep on coming back to it, you're more likely to keep on earning money off of that. And essentially, all you need to do is put in the time to create that, and then it can just keep on earning money for you over a period of time. And I've seen that with some of my YouTube videos. Some YouTube videos that I've made, especially on my old channel, the one that I use most of the time, the one I upload to the most. This is my more newer channel where I talk about personal development. But in my older channel, I talk about relationships, dating, and there's a few videos that have been up there. I uploaded maybe like about a year ago that are only now just starting to pick up views, and essentially, obviously, that means more monetized, more money coming through because of the ads that I have on my videos. So, that's how this sort of thing, like you could create an article that may have not collected anything, right? Or a blog post, or we may have done a podcast, or a YouTube video, and, it may not collect any views for like a year and then suddenly it will start picking up. Like you never know, so it's always good to put in the time and the effort in these things because if it's always there and it's always and it's useful, people will eventually find it and it will start collecting money for you while you sleep, right? Because that's one of the great things about having having YouTube or having articles, or having things like podcasts. It's things that people can keep on coming back to. It's not like a one-time thing. Like if you go to work, and there's obviously nothing wrong with going to work, but if you want to become wealthy and rich, doing a 9 to 5 isn't always the best thing, unless, for example, you are putting a big portion of your wage, or you're saving some of your wage and you're investing it into like the S&P 500 or something like that. If you're investing, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not suggesting you do that, but the point is that if you're using that money and you're investing it to get a return, instead of just having like a regular ISA that only is that's just like 0.001% on a return each year, getting those sort of gains over a year, it's not really enough. But if you're investing it into, stocks, bonds, whatever it may be, that's going to accumulate wealth over time. So there's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5, but as long as you're using that money wisely and you're not spending it on useless stuff, and you're investing it into something that is profitable and going to give you a good return in the long run. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not the best person to give advice on that sort of thing. But if you read books like The Richest Man in Babylon, Tony Robbins has made a couple of books on financial advice, like Money, Master the Game, and also The Path. Like if you read some of those books, that will help if you're interested in investing and things like that. But just a regular 9 to 5. And let's say you're not saving or putting that money in some sort of investment, then you're not going to get much from that, basically. And you're basically, but when you've done the time, you've clocked in and out, that's it, right? But you want to be able to be earning money while you sleep, not just while you're at work. So if you have things like videos and articles, podcasts, those things could potentially create money over time and while you sleep. And let's say you've got a book, or you've got some sort of product, that's really useful to people. And it's something that people can come back to time and time again. Like it's not topical. It's something that is timeless, and it's not something about gossip or something like that comes and goes, right? So that's another thing to think about. So another thing that you can do is to always have your goal in your mind. So when you've kind of figured out what you want to do, how you can be useful, and create useful things for people that is timeless, that people can come back to time and time again. Like, for example, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a book that people keep going to. It's a book that I personally read a few times a year. And new people are discovering that book all the time because it is timeless wisdom. It is wisdom that you can use over and over and over again, and you keep going back to it because it's true. Something about it rings true to a lot of people. So if you can figure out what your version of that is, something that's timeless, all you need to do then is just keep your goal in mind, keep whatever it is that you want to achieve in mind. And I made a video called a 30-second habit, basically. And this 30-second habit that can help you succeed, help you become more wealthy, in whatever terms that you see wealth. Wealth isn't always about money. Then I highly recommend that you go and watch that video on this 30-second habit that you can do to create that wealth for yourself. So that's sort of my ideas. Again, go and check out that Tweet Storm by Naval. Also, if you go on his website, you'll be able to find a free PDF of his book, and I highly recommend that you read that because it's got a really good detailed description of those certain things and talking about how to create wealth in this day and age. And it's a really, really good, useful tool. And you can get it for free because it's a free PDF that you can get of it. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.